Hey, what up, what up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going down? Welcome back, welcome back to another episode of Truck Talk with the Real Mojo. With me, your host, the Real Mojo. What's going on, y'all? Hey, it's Tuesday. We still getting summer weather up north. We still getting summer weather up north. It's 80 damn degrees. Imagine that. 80 degrees in October. But before we get going with everything, y'all know how we start the show, man. Give me a like, share, subscribe for the algorithm. When you pull up, we moving in a beautiful direction. Up. Put a thumbs up in the chat if you're chilling. Put a one in the chat if you at work. And it's time to get busy, y'all. It's time to get busy, man. Last night, Monday Night Football, one of the best, one of the best games in a long time. This season is throwing some curveballs. Um, Teams that we didn't think would be where they are where they are. Uh, I didn't think Jacksonville would be 4-1. I didn't think Kansas City would be 2-3. I did like. There's just a lot going on right now. None of it, like, even before the season started, none of us thought Shador Sanders would be a fifth round pick. None of us thought Cam Ward would be looking as bad as he did. Now there's some things we do know. We do know Joe Burrow's gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Once the season got started, we did know Joe Flacco was gonna play till about, I said, week 6. Um, it's the NFL. Some things never change. Some things stay the same. But last night, Jacksonville Jaguars played a great game, offensively, defensively. Trevor Lawrence took the step last night. And I think Patrick Mahomes played a hell of a game last night also. That was one of the things that comes down to whoever got the ball last. You dig what I'm saying? Whoever got the ball last is going to get the dub. And, well, almost. But Jacksonville got it last. Called a beautiful game. I can't even say anybody was out-coached last night because it was just a great game all the way around. And like we say, at some point, no matter what the play call, no matter what the game plan, no matter what the scheme, dudes got to play ball. And last night, Jacksonville players played ball. Travis Hunter played ball. ATN played ball. And the same on Kansas City side, but again, last with the ball, get the W. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a fun game to watch. It was a real fun game to watch. It was never. Patrick Mahomes started the game out like it was going to be a runaway, and you've seen the Jacksonville sideline kind of fold, kind of. But then they bounced back. You know what I'm saying? So Trevor Lawrence fumbled that ball on the goal line. And at some point, he just made a decision. He don't want to be the same old Jacksonville Jaguars, same old Trevor Lawrence. And he got out there and he got busy. Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts for keeping us going, charging us up as usual. Y'all know my day don't start until I get the coffee. My day don't start, man. So, hey, y'all pull up, man. When y'all pull up, hit the like, share, subscribe for the algorithm. Thumbs up in the chat if you're chilling. wanted to chat if you at work, join the conversation, and we're about to jump into the showrunner, the top story, so to speak. Um, Two girls in New York City, 12 and 13. How this is possible, I don't know. Subway surfing. First of all, how are you brave enough at 12 and 13 to climb on the top of a train and ride on the outside of the train at 12 and 13? You don't even understand how the train turns, the curves, which could throw you. You don't understand, the height of the tunnels in comparison to the trains, like metal, steel, all that stuff above the train, starting, stopping. It's so much stuff you can't even comprehend as a 12 and 13-year-old. But just to be brave enough to subway surf, and they even got a picture of one of the girls. They even got a picture of one of the girls standing on top of one of the train rods in the station before they jumped on the train. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, wow. Like, to hear about that and then to actually go and do that is nuts to me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm sorry that they, that it ended up the way it did in 2 fatalities. But subway surfing is a thing in New York City. And it has to be a way to keep those kids off of those trains. Even if they build something on the top of the trains, like a slant where nobody can just sit and stand flush on it. Something to keep those kids off of that train. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going down? Yeah, something got to be done to keep those kids off of the top of those trains. You know what I'm saying? Because these two kids are not the first 2 fatalities, and not the first injuries. But I mean, at some point, we got to get to the point where sad to say, we got to get to the point of punishing the parents, because it has to be more of a watchful eye on these kids. I mean, these is people's literal babies. 12 and 13 years old, those is babies. I got a son that just turned 13. Baby. And that's what I'm saying. How did these 2 girls even have the heart to get up there and do that? Who told them that was a thing? You know what I'm saying? Who? Obviously, it's in the culture of New York City, the youth and all that. But they had to have heard it from somebody. Oh yeah, we was subway surfing or whatever. They had to have heard it from somebody, because it just ain't no way 2 little girls is gonna go do that. And again, MTA, y'all gotta tighten up, bro. Y'all gotta tighten up. Never mind the ferry invaders. Y'all gotta do something about these kids climbing on the top of these trains and subway surfing. I'm talking 17, 16 on that. Like, something got to be done about it because it's not going to stop. Now, can the parents sue? I'm not sure. But instead of trying to sue, they need to be talking about, like, I guess teaching the kids something. Like, you need to have a real sit down with your kids. To be honest, you need to have a real sit down with your children about doing something that dangerous. You dig what I'm saying? Who's from the city, man? Where y'all listening from? Where y'all tuning in from? And what's the weird thing in y'all kids' culture, or like something crazy that the youth do in your area that really put them in danger outside of the gun violence and all that other shit? Because like I said, this subway surfing, this is a New York this is a New York thing. This is a trend up in New York. Subway surfing. And there's so many subway lines and services and trains. Like, I know for a fact you can't have police on every one. But what they need to do is, like, what separates the cars, they need to put something there, like maybe like a glass or whatever, so them kids can't climb cars like that and up on top of the cars, because it's gonna get to a point where, like, the danger behind that is and if they start catching kids, like, before they injure themselves or worse, they got to start locking them kids up, hitting their parents with something. That's the only way you're gonna curb it. Or and what you're doing also is too, you giving the administration the "I told you so" to bring the National Guard in, because they can ride them trains. There's enough of them. There's enough of them. You know what I'm saying? All right. Like, they handling Memphis. They moving on Chicago, arresting, taking the guns away. But they will get on them trains and and slow that down some also. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? We on the road as usual. We in the office. You know what I'm saying? We in the office, in the studio, so to speak, the cab, making it happen, baby. What's up with the rest of y'all? Y'all on lunch now? Trucks towing trucks. I see you. I see you. Hey, we got one moderator. Now we need two more. We need two more moderators here. And I would like to keep the same ones for the Patreon as well. But yeah, man. So that's just my thoughts on the whole subway surfing thing, man. It's dangerous. It's unfortunate what happened to these two young ladies. Uh, Now their families is down. Their families is hurting, and you don't want to use this as a lesson to the other kids, but it's the world we live in, man. We don't have a choice. So to all the other kids, man, stay off of the top of those trains. It's not a good look. It's not cool. It's crazy dangerous. And I'm pretty sure once they get up there and the trains start moving, I'm pretty sure they know at that point this was a bad idea. But at that point, it's too late. At that point, it's too late. You at the mercy of that train where the conductor does not know you're up there. People are aggravated, agitated. So at the time, they're like, "Oh, another stupid kid." But the end of that train ride could be deadly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, tell me what y'all think. Tell me how y'all feel. Jump in the comment section about the Monday night game. Peace and love. We got to stop the nonsense. Parents, y'all got to get on these kids about this bullshit that they doing. We just got to be better as a whole, man. We just got to be better as a whole, all the way around. All right, man. Peace, love. Y'all be good, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.